If you're wanting to get started on Etsy, there are tons of different tools that can help manage your shop. However, finding just the right tools for your specific type of business can be like looking for a needle in a haystack. There are a few things that no matter what you are selling can help with making your Etsy shop more efficient and more successful. To some people, these tools may seem basic or obvious, but if you're in the same place I was a couple years ago and you are just getting started, this video is perfect for you. Before we get started, there will be links in the description that will take you directly to the sites and the items that I'm talking about. And as always, if you enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. The number one thing that you need is going to be some sort of financial tool that's going to help you track revenue and expenses. Bookkeeping is an essential part of any business. My favorite and probably the most popular is QuickBooks. It's super simple and straightforward and just about anyone can navigate it no matter your level of experience. You can access it from your computer or an app on your phone or iPad, which is going to make it super simple to snap a quick picture of any receipts you have, and that helps you make sure you're keeping up with those. One awesome feature within QuickBooks is that you can sync it with your Etsy store. And what I mean by that is once it's all set up, it's going to automatically import all of your sales and all those little fees that Etsy charges, and it's going to categorize them for you. You can also sync it to your bank account, but I would only recommend doing that if you have a separate account for your shop. That way you aren't having to go through and filter out all of the personal transactions in it, and it's only seeing the business transactions. If you do that, that's going to kind of speed up time for you. Another cool thing is that it also gives you an estimate of how much tax you will owe broken down by each quarter. This can be helpful because if your shop is doing really well, you can make those estimated quarterly payments so you aren't hit with that sticker shock and a big bill come tax time, and no one wants to mess with Uncle Sam. The next thing you're gonna need is some sort of shipping service. If you are planning on doing digital products or direct to consumer, such as print on demand, this is not gonna be a huge deal. But for most other sellers who will be making and shipping physical products, you need to be using a shipping service to buy all of your postage. Doing this is not only going to save you time, but most importantly is going to save you money. As an Etsy seller, there are really two options that you can take. You can either purchase directly from Etsy, or you can go with a third-party shipping service such as Shippo. Both of these are going to offer the same cost savings when purchasing labels, but I still prefer Shippo. While it is convenient to have everything under one interface, buying labels from Etsy only shows USPS and FedEx. For me, I prefer UPS for a couple reasons. One, I don't have a FedEx drop-off near me, and there is a UPS one. And two, for what I'm shipping kind of in bigger, heavier boxes, on average, UPS has been cheaper than FedEx for me. So that's typically what I go for. But Shippo is going to show you all of the options between USPS, FedEx, UPS, DHL, and you can sort those by price. You can sort them by travel time. So it kind of gives you more options that way. Shippo is going to integrate directly with your Etsy store, and it will import orders as you receive them. And then when you buy the label, it's going to communicate that back to Etsy, which will then tell the buyers that the item has shipped. It will give them the tracking number of everything, so they kind of work hand in hand. One thing I like is that you can create templates for your most popular item so that you aren't having to input the weight and measurements each time you send that item. So it's one click away, you verify the weight, and if it all matches, you're good to go. You click purchase and you're done. Not to mention, their starter plan is completely free with no monthly volume restrictions, or you can upgrade to the Pro plan for a few extra features, and it's based on the number of labels you're buying. Honestly, for me, I'm still on the free plan, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Speaking of shipping tools, the next two items I would recommend getting are a thermal label printer and a shipping scale. Thermal label printers may seem a little pricey for just starting, but it takes up very little space. The labels are super cheap, and because it's a thermal printer, you will never have to worry about running out of ink and replacing it. It's something I wish I had bought sooner. At the time of making this video, the printer that I just bought off Amazon actually has a 30% off coupon going right now, so that actually dropped it below $100. Another option for printing labels, if you already have a regular printer, is you can just buy the shipping label sheets. Most of those shipping label sets from Amazon, Walmart, Staples, any of those, they're gonna have 2 4x6 labels on each sheet. If you already have a printer, that's not a bad option. It can be a really inexpensive way to get started if you're not looking at spending the money on a thermal label printer right now. But if you do expect to be printing a lot of labels, which we all hope we do, and you don't mind spending just a little extra, the thermal printer is going to be well worth the expense. And then the shipping scale is an absolute must-have. You can find them at Walmart, Target, Staples, Amazon, pretty much anywhere. Weighing your packages before you buy your labels is crucial, and chances are, if you were guessing on the weight, you are overestimating for that, which means you are overpaying for your shipping labels. Just being off by a couple of ounces can make dollars of difference in the cost of your labels, and over time, that's going to add up to hundreds of dollars, which could be going into your pocket. As a small business, every dollar counts, and saving any money is going to be essential to keeping your business alive, especially when you're just getting started. And the last, but albeit pretty important, is going to be to use some sort of SEO tool. So SEO is search engine optimization. This is what allows your listings to show up when certain keywords are searched, whether they are in the titles, description, or tags. The ultimate goal is to find keywords that rank high in search but have low competition. And I know that sounds almost completely impossible. There are kind of 2 popular options I see, which are Marmalade and Sales Samurai. I use Sales Samurai because it does all of the hard work for you. Once you connect your shop, it's going to analyze your listings and show you kind of some high-level data, such as how many listings you have, how many are missing photos, missing tags, that kind of information. And to really kind of sum out what Sales Samurai does and how it can be used to help you is basically it takes a bunch of data from Etsy and it's going to bring it all together and show you performance information on each of those keywords. I could go really in-depth to the program, but I will save that for another video. I mainly just wanted to talk about the overall way you could use Sales Samurai. For example, you can type in the search keychain and it is going to show you the search volume and the average competition for that keyword. It will also show you other related tags and give you suggestions on more specific tags that can help your listing rank even higher in search. If you want to try it out, I did include a link and code in the description that will give you 20% off of the membership price. And finally, the most important thing to remember when you're just starting your Etsy shop is to do what works best for you and not get discouraged. And by making this video, I'm not saying if you don't get these things, you will not be successful. My goal and hope is that you're able to take these items and use them to at least make that startup just that little bit easier. And with that, those are the few tools that I think you need to help your shop run smoother and to hopefully build it into a much more successful business. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and I will see you next time.